just to close an audit finding. Governor?
Chairman, the 5% charge is on the contract.
Which page?
The last page of the contract. It's highlighted there.
In the addendum or
No.
in the main contract?
In the main contract.
It is 6K.
Which is 6J.
6J.
The last pages are ineligible. You can't
But
read it.
I think there's a section that is highlighted, Chair.
Yeah, it is.
You know, Governor, this would be very simple. The auditor raised this and it found its way all the way to the Senate. Where were these contracts when the auditor was asking these questions? Because he says you are paying 5% to a system vendor, but that is not captured anywhere in the contract. And if it was available, I believe that your receiver of revenue would have just furnished the OAG with this information.
And
the risk we run is now processing information that could be doctored for all that we know.
Chair, you know the county attorney is a person that I know personally and have a lot of respect for. I do not doubt his ability as a lawyer. In fact, for full disclosure, he has represented the party that
Before he was
I ran before he
he
joined the county government of. So I am sure he knows that there are terms that go to the root of a contract, and there would be no excuse for those terms to be left out of the main contract and then subsumed in an addendum. That doesn't make sense to me. Governor, you have said there's a reference to the 5% in the main contract. I'm still struggling. I don't know if my colleagues have
The documents are likely unclear.
Could you look at the last page of the contract, where there is a table?
There's a long table that goes all the way to licenses and permits, disputes.
The very last page, Chairman.
We are there.
I don't know whether members you have a better copy, but this is a version I have.
Chair, that is why I wanted to move that this document be struck out. Because it's not readable.
They are not legible.
They are not legible. And Chair, from what we know from Mutembei, it doesn't come out very well, Chair, because nothing is readable and the county attorney is here. If we cannot read, Governor, how can we assist in interrogating? How are we supposed to read this? Maybe Sifuna can read if he has a better eye.
Chair, can I just guide?
Yes.
You see, you go to the addendum to contract, and you see, because we are all grown-ups here, we can agree when mistakes have been made and corrected. If you go to the addendum, which is 6K, Honorable Chair, 6K, the addendum to contract agreement has recitals. Those recitals, I believe, are laying a historical foundation for the addendum. And it acknowledges that at the time of execution of the contract agreement, the parties were yet to agree on the contract period. This is 6K.
The second last
Page
whereas
2 on 1, 2, 3, 4, paragraph that appears at number 5 there, paragraph 5. Not the ones, the whereas, the recitals. Yeah. It says, at the time of execution of the contract agreement, the parties were yet to agree on the contract period and therefore did not provide, therefore, in the special conditions of contract.
yes.
You are acknowledging that such a fundamental issue as the time of or the contract duration was not agreed upon. And then you go to say that this addendum is necessitating the provisions that follow there, including the contract period and the other terms there. So you can say it was an oversight in the initial contract, or it had not been agreed as your document itself is saying.
Chair, the point I was making, Chair, was that the 5% commission was part of the original contract. What was not contained, what is contained in the addendum is the period of the contract.
But Governor, we can't see it.
Okay.
Chairman, can I be allowed to provide this clear copy of the contract?
You see, the challenge is this, Governor.
We are not.
This auditor was in Mutembei.
Yes.
And asked that question and captured it in the management letter. and captured it in the draft certificate. It was not responded to. What is a justification that today in Nairobi it is being responded to, and yet it wasn't done during that audit period? And I think that's why part of our recommendation was administrative action on the officers who failed to provide the documentation on time, in the event that the documentation existed. Was there any administrative action taken?
Chair, and in addition, to be fair to us as your members, we are not reading anything. So even if the governor refers until cows come home on the aspects of the contract, we can't read. And a number of us are legal experts, Chair, and we really wanted to get into the substratum of the issue. So how will we assist the Chair to be fair?
Yeah, Chair, finally,
yes.
For the benefit of the people of Homa Bay, I think the most critical thing is the cost that the people of Homa Bay are incurring. Governor, I cannot believe personally that such an important matter would not be contained in the document itself in a more prominent manner. Because anything, even if you are buying mandazi, the first thing you ask is how much is this thing? And the contract has to provide for it. So it is unbelievable. And as I said, I have a lot of respect for your county attorney. If mistakes were made, we can just own up and say there were mistakes.
Like, Chair, this is more than a mistake. Because are you saying, through the Chair, Governor, are you saying that the 5% is provided for on the last page of?
Yes, the 5% is provided for on this contract where it says summary of costs. And Chairman, if you allow me, I would like to table a clear. I would like to apologize for the document not being clear, and I would like to table, Chairman, if you agree for your purpose, a clearer version of the contract document.
It's
9 copies, so that is enough.
Sometimes you are constrained to take new evidence at this point, yes. But because you are quasi-judicial, maybe first table it to the clerk and then we'll take a view. But you see the point.
Does it mean we don't interrogate that aspect? Because
no, we definitely would, because in line with Senator Sifuna's query, the first page of the contract agreement talks about the 28 million.
Correct.
So the curiosity is why the 5% was captured in an appendix on the last page of the contract. You see, that's a reason for curiosity. Yes. That this could have been an afterthought, or this could have been an insertion to an original contract that wasn't there. And that is why the Auditor General asked that question, and it was not answered when the Auditor General was in Homa Bay.
Chairman, I want to say that, and this is under oath in the House here, that if the figure had not been part of the main contract, it would not be in anybody's interest to insert it and then say it is part of the original contract. So it was there, Chairman, but the reason it wasn't provided, I want to agree with the committee that the document should have been provided to the auditors in full, including the addendum, so that we did not have to raise this issue here. And Chairman, I want to assure you that whoever did not provide the document, we will take administrative action against them.
Governor, unfortunately, we have taken your copy of the document. Yes. And the beauty with this agreement is that it is signed on every page. Governor, if you look at the signatures on the previous page and the ones on this last page that you are now providing, they don't look the same. They have been signed by different people, and yet the people who have signed from the beginning are consistent. What is the explanation there? Just look at the previous page, Appendix B. The document, the page you are looking at is the Appendix C, Summary of Costs. Just flip one page back to Appendix B and look at the signatures down there.
Go back as many pages as you want.
There is one distinct signature on Appendix C that is not on the other pages.
Yes.
This one that looks like a millipede.
I can see you're still traumatized from the BBI days. Yes, but
No, that was Okoa Kenya.
Yeah.
Governor, would you quickly respond to that? I think it's a valid observation.
I want to ask the attorney to respond to that.
Thank you very much, Chair. Chair, I just want to make reference to the document that is annexed at 6J, which is the contract on automation of revenue collection and management system. So, Chair, if you go to that document on page 2, you will see what constitutes the contract. And from the word go, you will see that at part C, whereas the amount of the contract is stated there at part C. But it goes ahead at paragraph 1, now therefore, that the following documents attached here shall be deemed to form an integral part of this contract. So it lists them, and it goes to number C, the appendices. Now on the appendices, number 1 is terms of reference, number 2 is the key experts, and appendix C is reimbursable cost estimates. So appendix A, B, and C constitute part of this contract. Now, what Her Excellency is referring to, and where there is a 5%, is appendix C. Now, if you go to the second last page of that document, it lists now the appendices. Number B is the key experts, then the last page is the breakdown of contract prices. Now, it lists the amount of money, and at paragraph 3, maybe it is just because it's not clear, it says the transaction fee, and on the right side of the column, it says 5%. So these appendices were part of the original contract. So that there is no confusion, Chair, the last document, the one that is dated 3rd of July, the appendix, the addendum to contract, the addendum to contract is specific to the term. Chair, if you look at
we are with you on the same page.
We are with
you
yes,
on that.
Yes.
The observation is Appendix C,
yes,
and Appendix B has got different signatories.
Chairman,
maybe that's what you need to
Chairman,
address yourself to.
can the signatory himself address himself to that, who's the Chief Officer Finance?
And it would also have been very useful for Appendix D and E to be availed, so that we know whether they've also been signed, because they form part of the contract, as Attorney Orego has said.
I think just before the expert, what was the term?
The signatory.
The signatory.
Receiver of revenue.
Governor, just allow me to help you. This is a legal question, and I think you should allow your county attorney to explain to the Senate how it is possible, because all these documents he has run through are one contract. It is not possible for sections of the contract to be